it's going to be okay. No, everybody okay. You want to hold hands? Hey guys, welcome to another Facebook Live. We're continuing to talk Preacher now with the creative force behind the whole thing. Of course, Garth Ennis, the man who we wouldn't be here without. And of course, Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen. How are you guys doing?
We're great. Do we need to talk into these?
I think so.
Okay,
They're not just for show.
You don't have one?
I'm lobbed up.
Oh, okay, I got you. Great. Okay,
it's a power play.
Yeah, it's a power play. It's a weird thing you're doing. Yeah.
Congratulations on the show, guys. You're in a really cool spot in that, like, you're coming to Comic-Con after much of the first season has aired, a couple left, and we already know there's a second season on the way, so that's a good place to be.
Mm-hmm. It could be way worse. We probably wouldn't be here if they canceled us.
That's probably that's an awkwardness.
Nice to be here. Yeah.
Well, we would just be here buying comics.
Exactly, we would be here.
Right.
Just to protest other shows.
Right. So talk to me about, I think I know this from past conversations, this is a comic, this is material that you absolutely adore, arguably your favorite comic over the years. So when did you first interact with Garth and make your intentions known?
At the pitch, right?
That's right. That would have been about, what, March of 14?
Yeah.
That sound right?
Is that the first time we actually met in real life?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was at the pitch for the show.
Well,
Yeah.
let me ask this. So, like, when you heard that these guys wanted to adapt your material and pitch it as a series, was that exciting, curious? What was with the trepidation? What's going on in your head?
Well, I certainly thought those are the right chaps for the job. I instantly thought of Superbad. I instantly thought of the opening scene where Michael Cera and the other chap have that appalling conversation about each other's parents, and I thought that just the guys for the job. Right. But at the same time, I was slightly cynical, not about these guys, but about the very idea of an adaptation, because by that stage we were on our 6th attempt.
Did you know we were trying to do it until this incarnate? Like, did you ever hear that we were trying to make it for the 10 years we tried desperately?
I didn't.
So is that right? You guys were trying to, like, what does that mean for the 10 years prior to meeting up with him?
The moment Knocked Up and Superbad happened, and I moved down to LA, we called our agent and we're like, so there's this thing called Preacher.
We want to try to make it.
If it ever happens, we want to make it. And then we tried and failed and failed and failed.
And it kept going to other much more talented people.
Right.
For some reason, they
luckily, a lot of failure led to you guys.
They all were just less resilient than we were in the end, I guess.
So was it tough to adapt? Is this a particularly tough thing to figure out what makes it into a TV show? What was the big challenge?
I think it was very hard to adapt. And me, Seth, and Sam Catlin, and the showrunner, had to sit in a room for 6 months and just discuss it. And we're used to just like going to the outline. We usually when we write a movie, try to get it plotted out. And he was like, no, we talk about it just for months until we all have the same answer if someone asks us a question. Yeah. And it was great. It was so fun. It was like being a nerd in a comic book store, chatting with your buddy, but you get a show after it.
So is like Garth on the bat phone, like anytime you have a question or something, or an email away in terms of like,
I mean, as soon as we started like having ideas crystallized, we would send them to Garth and get his, input and take on them, and make sure we weren't just going to, doing things that were derailing the whole show in his mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was. Then once we made a few kind of key decisions to kind of roll back the clock a little bit on where the comic starts, and kind of some of the reimaginings of Jesse's and Tulip's relationship and some of the origins. Once kind of a few big decisions were made, it actually kind of took shape.
Right.
Rather smoothly.
Is there anything that you said to the guys in terms of like what you did or didn't want to see, having been through the process a few times that it wasn't working out, stuff that was important to you to see in the show?
It wasn't really a case of particular scenes, characters, things. What I said, and I really think all I did was confirm for them a suspicion they'd already come to, was, yes, you're going to have to change it, but keep the spirit.
Right.
It was the spirit of Preacher that was important to me. I think so many of the changes work so well and make so much more sense. The way Tulip runs into Cassidy in the book is an odd coincidence, followed by an even bigger one when she happens to be driving through this little town where her ex-boyfriend's the preacher and finds him lying in the rubble.
Right.
Well, in the show, it actually all makes so much more sense. Of course she's there because she's from there, because they grew up together.
Yeah.
And Cassidy has just the best opening scene you could ever ask for. I wish I'd thought of that. The fight on the plane, leaping out.
Do the first comic book reboot.
Yeah.
Fully redo it.
Based on my own comic, based on the TV
Based
show,
on
it's
the
very
TV
meta.
show, based on the comic. Preacher, the TV show, the comic.
I've heard worse ideas. I mean, come
That would
on.
make so many people so angry.
So angry and confused.
Yeah, we would half hate you then, but also excited.
I mean, in a way, because like as you guys know, when you're adapting something as beloved as this, like the harshest critics, the ones that are looking out and ready with like their knives, are the fans. And in a way, like if it has your buy-in, maybe it shouldn't even matter if like a fan is more particular than you. You're the guy that made it in a way.
Well, I think that each individual's reaction is entirely valid and obviously matters more to them than anyone else's. But that's true in reverse too. We don't have to worry about any single one person's adverse reaction. I think what you've got is a show that appeals to enough people to survive, and that, at the end of the day, is what truly matters.
It also feels like, I don't know if you guys would agree, that like you're able to do this show now in 2016 on a channel like AMC, where like maybe 10 years ago, the options would have been very limited. Maybe it's like an HBO thing and nothing else.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Our many failures at trying to make it confirm that.
Yeah, exactly. I think now it is very much like a part of the equation is that we were like in the right place at the right time, like as far as how the whole television industry is moving,
Right.
They just would not have, had the budgets for these type of shows years and years and years ago.
Right.
Now people are luckily, taking bigger swings with kind of stranger material.
Yeah, well, and believing that like kind of, it's as beloved a comic as there is, but like maybe seen by some as niche. You know what I mean? In a way, like it's like you don't need to be a 30 million watched show. It can be whatever your great number is. It works.
Yeah, what's nice, and that is what is very good about it. I think that also, like, our audience, I think people will find the show. I think, like, we always talk about it, like, I can't think of one show I actually watched when the first season of it was airing. Like, literally, exactly. I can't think of one.
Yeah.
Like, and so maybe the OJ show, the only one in recent memory, because I was obsessed with it. But and I didn't want it ruined for me. But I think that I hope that again, enough people watch the show. Thank God that we are getting more episodes of it. But I think hopefully that once the season ends and you can just kind of plow through it, that it will find even more fans for its second season.
You directed the first episode. Or any plans to direct one in the second season, or will you have time?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And how far
We're
along?
unemployed.
Perfect. It works out for everybody. And how far into scripting, and what can you tease about the second season?
We have nothing.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. Get going really soon. No, we have a bunch of ideas.
A very rough
from
idea.
Our initial jam sessions with Sam, and we've had a few conversations. We know, I think, where we're going to go and what we're going to do, but the details need to be.
Yeah. Then the other characters we want to introduce and stuff like that.
Since we're at Comic-Con, what's on your must-see list? What are you excited about that's being talked about here, whether they're actually here or just in the pop culture zeitgeist right now?
I heard of this movie called Sausage Party that's
really
cool. I don't know what it is, but it just seems like something everyone should see.
Just screened the other day. I honestly, I'm dying to see
TV
it.
producers, we have no stake in it, but I just am a giant
Curious.
fan of the material. Seems very appealing.
It seems to be going over very well. Congratulations.
So far, so good. Yeah.
What's the elevator pitch on Sausage Party? What's the?
It's about food in a grocery store that believes something good happens to it when it gets purchased, and then a sausage learns that something very bad actually happens when food gets purchased. You get devoured, and he has to warn the rest of the store and unite them against a common enemy.
It's a classic.
Another one, that old chestnut, right? Important question. What universe would you like to live in? Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Star Trek, what other fantasy realm you can spend the rest of your days in?
Spaceballs.
The Spaceballs universe? Is that a universe?
It'd be funny, it'd be lighthearted, it'd be enjoyable.
The Mario Brothers universe.
No, those guys are constantly in peril. They have a terrible life and they're fighting to live.
They ride
a lot of tension.
a dinosaur. And they eat shrooms all day.
Pretty good answer. What are our thoughts on the controversial subject that is Pokemon Go going on right now?
It just has to stop. It's going to destroy society. I saw a video of a dude driving into a cop car, and then he got out and he had it on his phone. Like, the cops were looking at him, and he still was holding it on his phone. People are crazy.
Seth, not a fan?
I don't. As long as any reason, like I just don't get it, honestly. But and I'm concerned for people. I don't want them to walk into traffic. Yeah,
that's very sweet of
they're
you.
chasing a Squirtle.
At least make it a real squirrel if you're going to go into traffic,
exactly,
not a virtual one. Since we're in the presidential election season, what superhero would you want to be president? Who would you vote for as our commander-in-chief? Who'd make a good leader?
Who would make a good leader?
Practically speaking, Superman's very moral, but
he?
I would like Ruth Negga as Tulip.
Yeah.
That'd be an exciting. She'd make bold choices. Some good, some bad.
She would. Okay. Any other votes? You're happy? That's
I like
on
that. I
message?
second
Okay.
that. He has my vote.
Okay, great. We wrap up every conversation at Comic-Con over the years with a game called Geeks and Posers.
Great.
To separate the true geeks from just the sad posers that come here to think that say they know what's going on in pop culture. So here's some trivia questions for you.
Let's do it.
Ready? No pressure. Star Wars. This is easy. Who are Kylo Ren's parents?
Han Solo and Princess Leia. Yeah.
Point. We need a buzzer. Or something. A
I
bell.
think you need
Throw the card over your shoulder.
you need to give me a little bit more for my right answer than nothing. He literally did nothing.
Just dead eyes.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Tell your face I got the answer right.
Give me validation. I'm an actor. I need it. Little harder here. What is Mjolnir?
What is what?
Thor's hammer.
There you go.
Mjolnir. Yeah.
Thor's hammer.
Did you know that?
That's my safe word.
It's mine and Evan's sexual safe word. Yeah.
Mjolnir.
It's a word you will never say
You'd
randomly.
be surprised how much it comes up organically in our sex life. So it's actually been confusing. Hit my nuts with the Mjolnir.
In the AMC family, in The Walking Dead, what is Negan's weapon of choice?
I am going to assume
A bow
that's
and
the
arrow.
guy with the bat with
the
barbed
bat-
wire.
the
wrapped
barbed
around it.
wire bat?
They're pushing that bat with barbed wire hard. It seems like the second season is a story about a bat with barbed wire.
It's the only thing on my hat. It is the new star of The Walking Dead.
Have you guys seen this bat?
It's the back of the guy's head. Clearly, the guy was like, "Should I turn around?" They're like, "No, we're good. We got it."
He's like, you're going to show my face on the show, though,
My
right?
hair and makeup for hours. No, we're good. We got it.
It's got its own name.
Just make sure the bat's in the light. We need.
Its name is Lucille. It's going to get a spin-off show. I'm sure the Adventures of Lucille, right?
Talking Lucille. Chris Hardwick's going to do.
Where are the rings? Where did Frodo and Sam go to destroy the One Ring?
Mordor. Yeah, we're not
Well,
idiots.
the crack of doom, if you want to get really specific.
Okay. Anyone got a good Vin Diesel impression?
I assume a lot of people. I don't think anyone on this couch.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have a piece of
Wait, no,
cardboard?
Garth. Do it, Garth. Just blow everyone away with your amazing.
He's been hiding it for years.
You kind of did an Vin Diesel impression when you gave me no response after I got that first question right. Your dead
My
face was a
stoicism.
pretty good Vin Diesel impression.
If you've been in a white tank top and white jeans,
Yeah,
it would've been
exactly.
flawless.
I want to wear that to a wedding. Like he does. There is a scene in Fast and Furious where he's at a wedding in a white tank top with just a giant silver chain.
The full Diesel.
His face just makes me laugh.
Finally, I'm guessing this might be a pass, but I'm going to ask it nonetheless. Can anyone sing the Pokemon theme song?
No.
I'm pretty sure it goes, Pokemon, come on down. No, wait.
Pokemon.
Fair enough. Half a point on that one.
I don't know.
Can you?
Can you?
Now I've forgotten it. It's I want to be the very best.
Like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test.
You're just
This is
making
great.
this tune up.
All right, guys. Back on topic. Congratulations
Thank
on
you so
Preacher.
much.
Season 1. 2 more episodes to go, right?
Yes,
And then Season 2, you guys better get to writing.
we should.
Get to
We'll
work.
go back
Okay.
to our hotel and do that right now.
Yes, exactly.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next Facebook Live.
Thank you.
Bye.